Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to your daily recap of all the current events and headlines in the country. My name is Aurelia Samuyenga, and welcome to NMH at 1. Every Tuesday, our COVID-19 monitor zooms in on active cases in Namibia. Yesterday, health authorities reported more than 3,000 active cases compared to 812 a week before. Due to an increase in new cases, this number has quadrupled during the past 7-day cycle. The overall recovery rate stands at 94.8%, but it is important to note that in spite of increased transmissions, hospitalization and fatality rates remain significantly lower than during the past winter. For the past 2 days, health authorities stopped counting people who have contracted COVID-19 for a second or third time as part of Namibia's cumulative number of cases. Such persons may also be active cases, so we have asked the Ministry of Health for a clarification in this regard. The Khomas region, where most new cases are being reported, had more than 2,000 active cases by Saturday compared to 636 a week before. Sunday's numbers will be announced later today. As a result, the recovery rate in Windhoek slowed from 96 to 93%. During the past 7 days, active cases increased from 65 to 460 in the Erongo region, from 14 to 241 in Oshobunjupa, and from 44 to 108 in the Karas region. The Omaheke region, with 64 active cases, has the 5th highest total. This region had 11 active cases a week before. Active cases remain less in the far northern parts of Namibia, where recovery rates remain between 96 and 97%, except for the Zambezi region, which has a 95% recovery rate. Please protect yourself and others and get vaccinated if there's any stock at your closest health facility. Join us again tomorrow at the same time for an overview of the daily average of new cases of COVID-19 currently reported in Namibia. As per usual here at NMH at 1, we bring you a number of visual news clips from across the country. We start off with the Deputy Mayor of Vaalgras Bay, Sarah Mutondoka, who tabled a motion at the last Vaalgras Bay Ordinary Council meeting pertaining to the state of the roads of the town. She said that contractors are not performing as they should. This video was submitted by Leandra Lowe.
This council is constantly paying thousands and most times millions of dollars to the same contractors over and over in the same or in the name of lowest bidder. Even though there is clear evidence that some of these contractors are not performing. The proposal to be considered by council is that this council has time and again emphasized on the need for the in-house team to repair the potholes. Up until today, this council has not been presented with this team. Potholes are occurring on a daily basis. However, the way things are done now is that this pothole process also has to go through a lengthy process of the procurement, where contractors are appointed and paid lots of council money to repair the potholes that will just reoccur in the next 1 or 2 months. This is unacceptable. The contractors are doing a lousy job. Through public meetings that we held this year, The public complained about the materials that are used by these contractors that is of poor quality. Chairperson of Council, the same potholes that are repaired over and over, or same potholes are repaired over and over. The pothole repair cost is skyrocketing, yet there are still potholes visible in the streets. With this said, I would request the total cost to Council of potholes or pothole repairs for the year that ended 2020, 2021, and the current year, with the indication of the street, the relevant information as to the repair of these potholes. This, in my view, is looting of council money of the highest order and can no longer be tolerated. Let us stop the tenders for repairing small-scale potholes and repair them ourselves. So this is just a request that there's a lot of money that is being pumped into the repairing of same potholes over and over. But if we had our own team that is repairing these potholes, then we do not have perhaps to spend so much money, because these guys will be available every time the potholes occur, instead of giving it to someone who just do not so much of a good job because they want the same tender next time. Thank you. Thank you, Chairperson.
The First Alliance of Christian Churches in Namibia's Economic Summit under the theme Promoting Resilience and Sustainability Post-COVID-19 Pandemic took place at the Swakopmund Plaza Hotel recently. Micheline Naughty says was there.
With the Alliance of Christian Churches in Namibia has undertaken a survey in 5 regions: Kavango, Ohangwena, Oshikoto, Oshodonchuka, Omusati, and Oshana to assess the impact of COVID-19 within the church constituency. The outcome of this survey indicated a very serious number of spiritual, psychological, and socio-economic issues due to the impact of COVID-19. It is evident that what has started as a health crisis has quickly now become a human and socio-economic crisis. The Alliance in the fight against the pandemic thought it befitting to create a platform of this magnitude, consisting of high-level panel and private sector with vast experiences in businesses and policy formulation to provide solutions to the current economic challenges in the nation in mitigating for future potential loss. We as the church should find the government, another institution of God, as interlocutor to hold hands, to work together to alleviate poverty in our beautiful nation, Namibia. Namibia is number 2 unequal society in the world. And I have to mention, due to corruption and skewed distribution of resources that are structural sins that needs to be fought tooth and nail, the church is preeminently called to fight the devastating enemy of poverty in society. Nothing is so humiliating than poverty. It usually robs people from dignity and crack up the image of God in them. The Alliance is calling for businesses to partner in establishing an investment fund geared to promote economic resilience and sustainability.
Let's have a look at the stories making headlines in our national papers for today. Namibian Sun reports that a group of Ovaherero traditional chiefs and leaders are gathering up to approach the High Court to demand that the announcement of Professor Muchinde Katjiua as Paramount Chief, PC, designate be declared null and void. Republican reports that Namibia and South Africa's tourism industry is facing the worst crisis in the last 2 years, which has a huge impact not only on jobs, but also on conservation. Allgemeine Zeitung reports the Namibian Hospitality Association is calling for an end to the travel ban and quarantine orders for travelers returning home from Southern Africa, reinforcing the demand of the four-country marketing organization, Africa's Eden. The Namibian reports that funeral undertakers, Angels Funeral Services, used to bury around 150 people a month. This year, that number is almost tripled to 400 a month. New Era reports that while new COVID infections have skyrocketed in the last 2 weeks, most experts are confident hospitals can cope with the new wave, but remained worried about low vaccination rates. And now we move on to the inside pages of the country's dailies. Namibian Sun reports that travel bans and the red list of southern African countries not be lifted promptly. Tourism in the region, including Namibia, for 2020 will be doomed, and with that, any hope of tourism recovery. Republican reports that the Gebabes municipality is considering making hefty payments worth a total of almost 3 million Namibian dollars to its acting chief executive and health inspector, Steve Adonis, and the former employees, Christian Goroseb. According to Allgemeine Zeitung, the owner of a so-called pop-up restaurant on Swakopmund Beach is asking the local city council for a location that makes sense or a refund of lost income after the restaurant was ordered by the Superior Court not to open in its current location. According to the Namibian, the Ministry of Mines and Energy says it is investigating claims that a private company discovered oil in the Karas region over the weekend. And in the New Era, reports that Anti-Corruption Commission of Namibia Director General Paulus Noah believes corruption has been legalized in Namibia, making the work of the anti-graft agency difficult.
Strike it gold and win 5,000 Namibian dollars in cash with Neo Paints. Simply buy Neo Paints products from the selected range and stand a chance to get one of 12 mystery buckets filled with gold paint. All 12 winners will each get 3 extra paint buckets equal to their purchase. One to replace the gold paint, the second to use on your project, and the third to give to a charity of their choice. One winner can score another 10,000 Namibian dollars by showing us your creative use of the golden paint. The best project wins the cash. Offer is valid from 27 September to 18 December at your favorite hardware store nationwide. Visit us at neopaints.com for more competition details and follow us on Facebook for weekly competition updates. Neo Paints, a coat of excellence.
And that is it for your Tuesday edition of NMH at 1. Have a lovely day and please stay safe. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time and always at the same place. But until then, here's your weather update.